Yay!
Yay! Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ginger Runner Live, episode number 352. It's a special episode tonight. We get to talk all about Tiger Claw VERtual, which was our first time doing the Tiger Claw VERtual event this last weekend over the course of 3 days. People from around the world, hundreds of people from around the world, attempted to push their own limits when it came to vertical gain climbing. Tonight, we're going to recap the weekend, talk some stories, share some photos and stuff like that, but also give away awards. We're very excited about it. Welcome, everyone, to Ginger Runner Live 352, our Tiger Claw recap and awards episode. Here we go.
Ginger Runner.
Yay! What is up, everyone? Welcome to Ginger Runner Live, episode number 352. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy Tuesdays to spend a little bit of it with us tonight.
I was
Hi.
95% sure you were going to get the day wrong.
My brain has been scrambled eggs all day, so I wouldn't have been surprised as well. I would have
Delicious.
I just would have kept. Not like I just wanted eggs. I would have gone at least 15 minutes before it dawned on me. What day is it? Welcome everyone to the show. Episode 352. It's a very special episode tonight, as we sort of mentioned there in the pre-show. We get to give away some prizes awards tonight because this last weekend was our very first Tiger Claw VERtual event, a vert-based challenge for everyone and anyone who wanted to participate, with the goal being earning what we are calling Vert Coins. And we'll talk all about that in tonight's show. So it's going to be our recap of the weekend. We get to share some stories from people from around the world who went out there and challenged themselves to try to get as much vert as possible. We're also going to be giving away some awards. But of course, before we get to that, hi, I'm Ethan, your host. Welcome to the live show. And I'm joined by the always incredible Kim. Hi.
Hi. I just like that. Hi, I'm Ethan.
Hi.
Hi, Ethan.
Like, I realize that every time I sit down and every time we do the show, and now we go live every day now too, for Patreon crew and stuff. I feel like everyone knows who you are. Anyone who shows up and watches knows. Like, I don't think YouTube is feeding anything.
But maybe there's someone new. If you're new, welcome. We are live. We don't have a guest with us this week. You're stuck with just the two of us. But if you have comments, you can leave them in the chat room. Lots of friendly chatter going on already in there. A lot of people talking about their quads already. And a lot of folks just celebrating what everybody did this past weekend.
I like both Kim and I spent all weekend blown away. We could not believe what people accomplished this last weekend. And you know, anytime we do any sort of event, whether Kim and I do a race or whether we host our own event or anything like that, we always do a recap and award show. We find it's a really fun experience to sit down and kind of rehash the weekend, talk about the cool things that happened.
Yeah.
And this one's no exception, just because this is the first time we've ever done anything like this. And over the last year with the pandemic and everything like that, having to cancel Tiger Claw last year, and then this year's Tiger Claw, we've had to postpone. Doing the Tiger Claw VERtual was sort of a, man, are people going to want to do this? I mean, there's so many virtual events now, so many great ones. Are people going to want to challenge themselves with vert? And we were blown away with how much vert you guys got.
Y'all really committed to the whole vert challenge. And just really quick, I do want to say that we do have some new viewers here tonight.
Oh, great.
Some first-time viewers, Charlie and Lori as well. Lori says, hi, I'm new.
We love it. We
Welcome.
love new. It's so easy to kind of get in your little bubble of we go live every day and we talk to each other, but also to our live audience. So sometimes it's nice to make, to reintroduce yourself. So hi, I'm Ethan. It's great to meet you. And this is Kim. We do have some individuals that we'd like to thank at the top of every Ginger Runner live show. So we'll start there before we get into the actual awards and talking about Tiger Claw VERtual and stuff. That is our Patreon crew. It is because of them that we're able to do all of this full time. So we do live shows every week. We do Ginger Runner live every week. We also do daily live streams called Daily Brew, and that is for the GR crew or the Patreon supporters. We are able to make reviews, films. We do everything because of the Patreon crew. It is a fantastic, supportive group of individuals of all abilities from around the world. We get together every single day and talk about running and sport and everything like that. It's a blast. We're so proud of this community. So if you would like to join the crew, all you got to do is go to patreon.com/thegingerrunner. And the lowest tier at $2 gets you tons of perks. There's great perks. There's new perks happening in the next couple of months, which we're excited about. Want to talk more about it. Go explore it for yourself. But we do have two individuals at the top tier that we do like to recognize. Brian Sands, longtime supporter, incredibly inspiring individual, has lost more than 100 pounds in his weight loss journey with running and ultra running, has been training for the Cocodona 250, was not able to participate in the Cocodona 250, this most recent one, but he's got other projects in the works.
Yes.
And ran his first 100 last year. Super awesome
Crushed
dude.
Tiger Claw VERtual.
He did. He's also a volunteer at the in-person Tiger Claw a couple years back. Fantastic human. We can't say enough kind things about Brian. And Rick Bjarnason. Rick out of BC is he owns a company called cheekymonkeymedia.ca. They are a web design or a web maintenance company. So they help do completely redo the gingerrunner.com website. And they're currently sort of going into the back end now and fixing some things and stuff. So great company, but he himself, ultra runner, rad dude. So shout out to both Brian and Rick. Thank you both for doing what you do and helping this be a thing. All right. So let's dive into this.
I was going to say, more new people. Thank you for saying hi, everyone. Lee also says hi, saying my first time too. And just a couple quick comments just off the top. Jonathan says, I've always wanted a reason to go out on my local killer climb and do repeats, and you guys provided that motivation. Thanks for a great event and idea. And Trail Runner Jim says, this is now one of the great Vert events. Thanks, Trail Runner Jim.
Thank you so much, everyone. Truly inspired by what we witnessed this weekend. So let's give a little context as to what Tiger Claw VERtual is. It is the brainchild, yes, of us, but it's more of an inspiration from our in-person event known as Tiger Claw.
Yes.
So I'm just going to pull up the website here. So this is Tiger Claw's website. It is our in-person event that we have unfortunately only been able to do once in 2019. And then, of course, the pandemic in 2020 forced us to cancel it. But this year we decided, let's try to get the essence of what made Tiger Claw great. So we designed Tiger Claw to be a vert-based, choose-your-own-adventure style event. There's a mountain here called Tiger Mountain, just outside of Seattle, Washington, that has multiple routes to the top. And each of those routes is quite difficult. And the whole event itself, you accumulate more than 8,000 feet now, but 8,000 feet was sort of that magic number that first year. And it was done in under 20 miles. But you also got to choose which route you went up in the order of your choosing. So it's got some cool, unique things. We're very excited to bring it back at the end of this year. But the virtual event, we wanted to sort of have that essence. So could we challenge people to get 8,000 feet of vert? And could we challenge them to do it in less than 20 miles? That's a big ask. Because not everyone has access to that sort of vert. But a lot of you did.
And a lot of you got creative.
Super creative. I do want to give a shout out to some local badass runners, Ladia Albertson-Junkins and Caitlin Gerben and their whole crew, because the term Vert Coins was an early term that they taught us. So they're local, just absolute champs. They've won tons of races. They're stout runners. But amongst their sort of local community here, we refer to Vert as Vertcoin. So like, let's get out there and earn our Vert Coins. Not anything specific, but just like, let's go get our Vert Coins today and get your Vert on. So we've been using that term with Tiger Claw, and the original concept was to run to the top of Tiger Mountain, grab a Vert Coin, and run it down to the bottom. So that was the early stages of Tiger Claw. So we've taken that concept to Tiger Claw VERtual. For every 1,000 feet of vert that you get, you earn yourself a Tiger Claw Vert Coin. The goal, or the maximum, is 8. We wanted to make sure that you had a goal of 8,000 Vert Coins, but you could earn as many or as little as you want. There's no pressure.
Yeah, I think part of the charm of Tiger Claw VERtual is it's accessible for most. So we had a number of people who maybe don't partake in snagging very much vert on a regular basis, and they shot to get 1 Vert Coin, so 1,000 feet of gain. So it's really cool to see all the different individual tiers of goals that have been set over the last few days.
And what was even more inspiring was seeing how many people pushed themselves outside of their comfort zone. So we saw, I can't tell you how many hundreds of people this weekend probably did the most vert that they've done in a single activity, the most vert they've ever done. The first time they've ever reached 8,000 feet of vert. A lot of people reaching those milestones for themselves personally because they just were like, you know what? I want to try this. I want to try to punish myself and get some vert. We did have a very special vert coin. You can get 8 vert coins, 8,000 feet. But if you could do the 8,000 feet in under 20 miles, like Tiger Claw, you earn the 9th coveted vert coin. So it's very special and harder to get. Requires a very specific set of skills. I'm going to unveil the vert coin. This is the design for the vert coin. So these are going to be manufactured starting tomorrow. So everyone who earned 1 vert coin, 2 vert coins, 8 vert coins, or even 9, we will manufacture these. Aravaipa Artworks is doing the wood scanning and creation of them. We did the design. Our good friend Johnny Bertram also helped design the Tiger Claw logo. So we got to utilize a lot of local talent. We're going to be making these out of wood, and we're going to be shipping them immediately to you. So look for these in your mailbox soon. So here they are. On the right there is the Tiger Claw Vert coin that is worth 1,000 feet. The color is going to change because these are going to be made of wood, and we're still deciding on the actual color. And then the big Tiger Claw head there, that is the very special 9th Vert coin, and it's extra large. And that might be a special color as well. They will all be able to ring together. So the little triangle in the Vert coin there on the right-hand side, that is going to be a hole that a paracord can go through. So all of your Vert coins will be tethered through a paracord. But tonight, we are going to be giving away some awards. And those awards are going to be plaques that these coins will fit into for you to display. So if you win an award, let's say you only ran 8,000 feet of vert, but you did it in over 20 miles, and for some reason you know maybe you win an award tonight, we are going to give you that 9th coin because you won the award to fit into the showcase plate. So we're very excited about that. They'll also be made out of wood, and we're working with Aravaipa Artworks.
Another fun thing that happened this weekend, and Vivian in the chat room mentions it. Vivian says it was nice to become a local legend on Strava. There was a lot of people that were doing repeats and becoming local legends this weekend.
Yes.
Just based on the sheer number of times they were going up the same hill or mountain.
The number of people who are doing hill repeats for fun, and then the style of hill repeats, like some people did stairs, some people did like a local mountain, 4,000 feet of gain per loop. There's a lot of different styles to this, and there is a technique to getting it right because you don't want to overburden yourself with the up and the down, and then you dig yourself a hole. So there is sort of a happy medium. I do want to point out that Kim and I are very aware that a lot of people might have had issues uploading their GPX files to the results page.
Or maybe the mountain ate some of your gain, which happens often.
That happens here on Tiger Mountain as well. Tiger Mountain is notorious for eating up GPS signal and stuff. So your GPX file might not match your Strava file, might not match the whatever. So we did ask everyone to just be as honest as possible. Our awards tonight, we have verified the results from all of our awards. So that was sort of a key thing. But if you, and whatever your number is that you entered in, those are going to be the coins that you get. Last thing before we start sharing some of the stories. This is the big news.
And getting some of the awards.
Yeah, and giving some of the awards. Up here in the upper right-hand corner of the website, this is the Run sign-up website. This is also runtigerclaw.com. The donation button. So this was something that we did at the beginning, thinking let's try to raise $1,000 for the Issaquah Alps Trails Club. That $1,000 turned to $5,000. We are now well over $6,000 donated to the Issaquah Alps Trails Club. This right here actually just reflects. So we actually wrapped the initial round of donations. We received $5,179.95. So that first round of donations is going to go straight to the Issaquah Alps Trails Club. This is the second round. We're hoping we can get that $2,820.05 to get to $8,000 to donate. So it is open tonight. You are welcome to donate if you want to get a last minute donation in. It is a 501c3, so it is a tax write-off. You can do it at the runtigerclaw.com website. Check that out.
And this money is going to go very far for the Issaquah Alps Trails Club as well.
They're blown away. Yeah. They've written emails and stuff just like, we don't know. Thank you. We didn't expect this. And they're so appreciative of everyone. So thank you, participants and people who donated. Our jaws are agape. They're on the floor. We can't believe that you guys showed up big time.
Yes, thank you.
Special.
Yeah.
So should we give away some awards first, perhaps?
Let's do a couple awards.
Okay.
Where are we gonna start?
Let's
I'll
do
let you pick wherever you want to start.
So we are going to do some essentially performance-based awards tonight. We're going to do some awards for most vert on the treadmill. We're going to do most miles traveled because we did want to recognize those who were out there running a lot more miles because it's also quite difficult when you're trying to get vert in there as well. We wanted to recognize our tail of the tiger. So that's a tradition that we started with Tiger Claw the race, which is our last place individual, but there is no last place. It's
As someone who has come in last in a race, we both strongly believe celebrating everyone from the front to the back of the pack.
And our final awards tonight, we're going to go towards what we are calling the most bang for your buck, the most amount of vert in the least amount of miles. We worked out our golden equation, which essentially divided the vert by the mileage, and you get a per mile vert number. And that number...
Yeah, the highest per mile vert number on average.
Yes.
Yeah. It's nuts.
It's nuts. So maybe let's start with most vert. I think most vert, and then we'll do most vert treadmill, and then I'll share some stories. How about that?
Okay.
So we want to recognize the most vertical gain that was achieved over the course of one activity this last weekend.
So we chose just the top 2 most vert for regular submissions, and then we chose top 2 most vert for treadmill submissions.
Yeah. And this isn't no gender based or anything like that. This is for everybody. Yeah. So second place, or the runner-up most vert, goes to Luke Smith with 12,657 feet of vert over the course of 51.37 miles. Sounds like that individual ran a 50 miler that just so happened to have 12,657 feet of vert. Insane.
Pretty remarkable.
And that actually, right there, you actually wrote it. Thank you for writing that. They ran the Orcas 50 miler. So the Orcas Island 50 miler, which is just up here in the Northwest. Stout.
Congratulations, Luke. You are a runner-up. Marie Claude in the chat room says, my legs still spasm just hearing the words vert.
The other thing I want to point out, if you are a winner tonight, we will be in contact with you. We have your contact information from your sign up. So we'll be able to reach out, just let you know, congratulations, you won. And we'll just confirm the shipping address and stuff like that. But the awards and stuff will be shipped to you. You don't have to worry about anything. We'll take care of everything. And the most vert?
And the person who got the most vert is Rachel Spinelli. And Rachel got 12,904 feet of vert over 21.205 miles. And Rachel did some, Rachel was out there for 16 hours, 14 minutes, and 15 seconds. Rachel did it all there, did some very extreme climbing of the mountains. She took some gorgeous pictures and congratulations, Rachel. That's insane.
12,904 feet of vert in 21 miles. It's insane. I do want to share some photos, actually, speaking of photos.
Yeah.
So well, of course, the first one is one that pulls up sideways. I honestly haven't figured out how to rotate that one, but it's the only one that's rotated. Other 2 that are rotated from the same individual. So we had a lot of individuals out there that were doing repeats on mountains. That's my favorite photo right there. That's the best one. I don't know why it's
this one.
There we go. And there's the other side of the photo. But we had a lot of individuals out there doing hill repeats or finding those locations near themselves. Why is it?
You're really nailing the slideshow.
There we go. That's Mailbox Peak. So that's a local peak here that got 5 inches of snow before the weekend.
Yeah, and I think it's worth mentioning, I'm sure you're probably going to talk about this at some point today, but so Mailbox Peak here locally, there were a number of people out on that trail Friday, Saturday, and Sunday doing repeats for Tiger Claw VERTual.
We had a lot of people doing repeats.
We had some people that did 1 lap.
Nuts.
We had some people that did 2 laps. We had someone who did 3 laps.
Having done that mountain, 1 is enough. And 1 is stout. 1 is enough.
Yeah.
And if you go to our Instagram and you follow hashtag Tiger Claw VERTual, You'll see that there were a lot of people out there this weekend getting some beautiful, beautiful shots.
I love that shot.
Yeah,
That's Angela in the chat room.
That's Mailbox. Doing repeats out there on Mailbox. This is the crew that was out on Mailbox as well. Absolutely stellar day.
Adam says Mailbox Peak Old Trail ×2.
Yep. Here's
Legit.
Maria Dalzot.
Maria, who won the Orcas Island Marathon this weekend.
Congratulations, Maria. She also got second place at Tiger Claw in person in 2019. There's you.
Just staring
up the vert.
I'm not going up there.
So yeah, you can definitely go check out that hashtag on Instagram. There's some fantastic photos and everything like that. All right, I want to share some stories.
Do it.
So we had some individuals just kind of tell us a little bit about their weekends as well, and I figured it would be fun to read them.
That does sound fun.
It does sound fun, doesn't it? So this one comes to us from Tim. Hey, Ethan and Kim, back in early March, I sent a message about how running had to take a back seat for some months due to injury, family issues, and work, and you kindly responded on a Daily Brew that you guys understood where I was coming from. Since then, I have tried, when shifts and time differences allow, to be more involved in the community, and the Tiger Claw VERtual run, my first GR event, became a tangible way to feel engaged with what you and the community have created. So, thanks. That one coin will be displayed with pride and hopefully marks just the beginning of my recommitment to running. Looking forward to the award show and the next challenge. Thanks again, Tim.
I love that.
Tim, you earned it, man. We appreciate you, and we love seeing you in the. I hope Tim's in the chat tonight, but Tim, we'll get you that Vertcoin. You earned it. So happy for you. This one comes to us from Stuart from Scotland. I will not do a Scottish accent.
Nope.
Do not worry.
You thought about it.
I did. I was like, should I? And immediately my brain went,
no,
you shouldn't. Okay. So this comes to us from Stuart. Hi, Ethan and Kim. My run may not have been up to the top of the charts, but it ended up being my most elevation gain ever at 2,497 feet, beating a previous run by around 500 feet. It was also my longest duration run at 2 hours, 21 minutes. It's only the second time I've ran around the 15-mile mark. Living by the coast, I decided to run an out and back from beach to beach to the next coastal town over every hill I could find on the way. I love this.
Very cool.
I can only imagine how beautiful it was. I've run plenty of half marathons and never thought that I had it in me to push beyond that, let alone with added hills. This has inspired me to look at longer distance races when we can finally go racing again. I've really discovered my love of hills this year, and I'm currently on over 35,000 feet of elevation gain in 350 miles in 2021. I really enjoyed this virtual event and would love to see it again next year. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Stuart from Kingairn-Fife, Scotland.
That's very cool.
Stuart, congratulations, my friend. And I don't know, I just kind of love the idea of running from coastal town to coastal town. And
I feel like it was probably beautiful. And also very cool to see you getting the personal best of the most gain. And like we were talking about earlier, there was numerous stories like that, which were very, very cool. You want to do
awards?
Yeah.
What do you think? Most vert for Treadmill?
Yep.
So we wanted to make sure that we were inclusive to everybody, because we know that also restrictions are different in different states, different countries, different regions. So we had a treadmill category. This is something very similar that we did for GR last year, which is our global run. So anyone who wanted to just do treadmill could do an activity, maximize the vert, crank that thing up to 40%, and go to town. So this is going to be the most vert achieved on a treadmill, top 2 places.
Mm-hmm.
The runner-up.
Is it me? Am
you want to do it?
Am I up?
Go for it.
The runner-up is Wayne Edward Ramage. So sorry if I'm not saying your name correctly. And Wayne got 9,720 feet of gain in 6.91 miles.
That's the benefit of doing it on a treadmill, and also the curse is that you can crank those things up
and just go.
Grind it.
Just go.
9,720 feet in 6.9 miles. And then the first place, most vert achieved on a treadmill, goes to Anthony Linka. 10,111 feet of vert in 5.02 miles. 2,000 feet per mile. No, thank you. Did it in 2 hours and 10 minutes. Whew.
A lot of folks who did it on the treadmill, I think, just did the just gonna keep grinding is like high as I can turn the treadmill.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, it is. You turn it up to 40%, you just set the speed, and you just go. And you go for literally as long as your body will allow you to. It's stout. So congratulations to both Anthony and Wayne on getting the most vert on a treadmill. All right, more stories?
Sure, more stories. Yeah.
More stories. This one comes to us from Russ. Hi, Ethan and Kim. The results will probably show that it took me longer than anyone else to get to 8,000 feet. Friday was a comedy of errors. And the subject of the email is Friday Dramedy. Intended to do 20 ascents the first 400 feet of a badly rutted trail. First climb went well until the final 30 feet of descent. Right foot slipped and I landed on my left lower rib cage. Climbing was okay, but using poles was out and it hurt too much to run the downhills. Hiking both ways took forever. Then I discovered that while I had brought enough water and fuel, I had failed to bring electrolytes. Whoops. And it was hotter than I expected. I spent a lot of time filling bottles and resting on the door sills of my truck. About 8 hours in, my wife started texting me to give it up and come home. I stalled. Finally finished, well after dark. Last 1,000 feet of climbing and descent was by cell phone light, with at least 6 headlights at home, of course. Then came the final indignity. All that sitting on the door sills had drained the battery too low for the truck to start. My wife was not happy to have to come give me a jump. Can hardly wait for next year. Russ. Congratulations, Russ.
And if you're on our Discord server, Russ posted a number of photos in there as well of the mountain that he was climbing and some of the stuff that he was climbing. I think Russ is in California, and some of the trails that he was climbing were just on like burn scars from previous wildfires out there. Incredible.
And hot. I mean, it's super exposed.
Very exposed. Very exposed.
It's just sunshine. There's no shade. So, Russ, congratulations on getting it done. The fact you did it throughout the day, just all the tribulations you had to get through. That's, man, it's all training, right? It's all training in the bank. So, a huge congratulations.
Yeah, Meg in the chat room says mental fortitude award right there.
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations, Russ.
No doubt. Awards.
Awards. I also wanted to mention, I probably need to do one more final pass of the count because I was doing this late last night. We had about 150 people to achieve the 9 coin goal.
That's nuts.
Which is a lot more people than I thought we were going to get.
That's nuts. Yeah, when we initially thought of the idea, we were like, we'll be able to do the math at the end to figure out who earned how many coins, and we'll be able to divvy it up that way. But we wanted to make it a challenge that we thought there might be a handful of people that actually want to commit to doing 8,000 feet of vert in less than 20 miles. And again, it takes a specific location and the ability to do it. So 150-ish people with 9 coins.
Legit.
It's a lot more 9 coins than I thought we'd have to create.
How many coins did you get this weekend?
I got 2.
You are coming back from injury.
I'm coming back from injury. I just posted a video on this channel 20 minutes before we went live. You can go watch it. It is my Tiger Claw VERtual entry. My calf is finally getting back after 3 months of having to fight with it back and forth, getting some runs and getting re-injured. So we're really grinding back now. So I had an hour that I could use for vert. So I used every second of it.
You asked the coach, is this okay? Can I do this?
And he agreed.
Yeah.
I could do vert up for an hour and then I could run down for my run. So I did it. I did it, everybody. I got my 2,000 feet of vert and I did it every day. I did 3 days of it. Kim, on the other hand, you did all 8,000 feet of vert.
And not in one, I was going to say one sitting.
One sitting.
I was in a tram. That's not a tram.
But you got tons of vert.
Yeah, I thought it was reasonable for where I am in my fitness right now to go for 4 Vert Coins on Friday. So I did 4 Vert Coins on Friday, just a little over. And then when I got home Friday, I was like, oh, I kind of wish I would have just went more. So I did 2 the next day and 2 more the following day. So I got over 8,000 feet again over the weekend, which is not anything compared to what a lot of you all did out there.
Again, we can't tell you how impressed we are with everyone's accomplishments this weekend. We're blown away. Let's give some more prizes. There's more awards. More awards.
More awards?
Yeah. So let's do most miles.
Yeah.
So this is the most miles achieved over the course of one activity over the course of the weekend. So while they both, this is the first place most miles outdoors and first place most miles on a treadmill. They both got over the 8,000 feet, so they do get their 9th coin. But the miles, you'll notice, are quite different. These are the most miles per each treadmill and outdoor.
Yeah. So most miles treadmill winner was Oliver Sherrill. And Oliver got 8,000 feet again in 13.9 miles on the old treadmill.
Well done, Oliver. Well done. 8,000 feet, 13.9 miles, 4 hours, 30 minutes, 32 seconds. Well done, my friend. And most miles outdoors, Daniel Ortelt. Ortelt? I'm just Ortelt, doing my best here. With 9,140 feet of vert over the course of 65.323 miles. So ran 100K, ran 9,140 feet. Yeah, well over 100K. In 18 hours, 37 minutes, 23 seconds. People put some time in out there.
Yes.
Congratulations, Daniel. What an insane effort. Did you run a race? Was it 100K? One of those types of things, because that type of distance is just big. All right. And then we have a couple more awards to give. I figured this, I'm sort of saved this story for last because when I read this late on Saturday night. So early Sunday morning, because the time difference, because they wrote from Singapore. And when I read this, I was just sort of like, oh my God, like there's so many layers to this. So I thought I would share this story from Noor Muhammad out of Singapore. I was actually looking forward to GRGR 2021. The start of 2021 was looking kind of positive, almost worldwide. And yes, I do understand and believe this is only coming from a place of privilege for most of us who actually still run or consider running as a pastime, sport, hobby, or therapy. I really enjoyed GRGR 2020 and thought this year would definitely be another amazing round. Then the virtual Tiger Claw notice came via Patreon. I think I was too optimistic because I signed up soon after the notification. Boy, was I caught in a sticky wicket. I soon realized that the race day, 1, fell during the fasting month, Ramadan. 2, was in between my sister's and brother-in-law's birthdays. 3, was close to Eid, which is the 13th of May, which was a joyous celebration, meaning spring cleaning before that. I was left off the hook for number 2 and 3 because of the current regulations in my country, Singapore, where it was just tightened to a maximum of 5 unique visitors per day, but I had the nagging feeling I wouldn't survive the heat and humidity while fasting. Number 1.
If anyone's been to Singapore,
hot. You told me about that.
Yeah, I lived there for a short period of time, but it was always hot and it's always very, very humid.
I can't imagine. I mean, we don't really deal with that here. So, Noor goes on to say, I made the decision to run at night when I could eat and drink all the way till my pre-dawn meal. Training runs were okay. I forced myself to run at night for about 4 to 5 miles of hill repeats behind my house, but a quick off-the-hand calculation revealed that I had to run 16 hours to hit 4,000 feet of vert. How do I run 16 hours in what planned to be a run from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m.? Ha 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 ha. That won't work. Then I remembered GRGR 2020. One of the days, Saturday, was a run to cram as much vert within 2 hours, and I did it at a nature park close by. The only issue? The place was said to be haunted. It's atop a park in Bukit Batok. Bukit means hill in Malay, and was very near Bukit Timah, the tallest natural formation in Singapore, and where the Battle of Bukit Timah took place. Undoubtedly the heaviest fighting in Singapore during World War II in 1942. 2 war memorials, Sayunan Chorito and the Allies Memorial Cross, made way for the current World War II memorial post-independence, but I couldn't help shake this feeling of eeriness in a place which was very somber, especially at night. But luck was on my side. Just a couple of days before virtual Tiger Claw, a friend offered to be my crew and to accompany me for this insane virtual run at night. On run day / night, after a hearty breaking fast meal of oglio olio, we set off at 11 p.m. to start the run. Said friend, who just wanted to sit and cheer, read this as jeer due to the friendship we have, haha, eventually followed me on the run itself. We knew it would be an all-nighter, so we paced ourselves well, starting easy and relatively slow in comparison to all the fast runners I knew I would be up against. But that didn't matter, did it? The good thing about Ginger Runner runs were that they weren't about podium finishes or the fastest mile or the best gears or the best track record. They were about being a part of a community. And at that point, at 3 a.m. in the middle of the night, when the roads were eerily quiet, when the macaques, the tormented hikers, were fast asleep, when any sane fasting person would be getting their rest or praying, when our thighs and calves were on fire, when every single time we passed that certain point in the loop, my neck would get chilly and I could feel goosebumps, but I just kept quiet. I didn't want to tell my buddy, obviously. My buddy and I were just logging through the Vert, reminiscing our trail runs that we had overseas at Mount Guntur in Bandung, Indonesia, sharing my solo DNF trail race at Mount Agong in Bali, Indonesia, and our last trail run overseas together at Port Dickson, Malaysia. Because that's what this was all about, isn't it? The friendships forged through our shared interest of running. And yes, he said that he just wanted to sit and crew, but the trooper of a friend ended up following me throughout the whole run. We ended off the run completing a butt-kicking half marathon, 21.1 kilometers, 13.1 miles, with an elevation gain of 3,500 feet, and ended it at 5 a.m. just to have our pre-dawn meal of bananas and energy bars. Our legs were dead, our bodies demanded sleep, but our hearts and spirits were full. Thank you, Ethan and Kim, for this banger of a virtual run. I am still looking forward to GRGR 2021, if any, but I'm very grateful and thankful for good health, a champion of a friend, and an amazing virtual Tiger Claw. Sincerely and full of cramps, Noi. My name usually pops up on Daily Brew, so we do see.
Oh, and I think they're here tonight as well.
I love it. This story is fantastic. And we are so appreciative of having a community like this that truly, and I can't emphasize this enough, it truly brings people together from around the world.
Yes.
And I think every virtual event that we do, it's so easy to just sort of shrug it off as like it's a virtual thing. So I'm just going to go do my own thing out here. Or we have a lot of people don't like virtual events because they'd rather race in person. We get it. But it is this community that makes these virtual events so special. And I don't know if Noi knows how much their story, their experience might influence someone else to try to step up to the plate, to push themselves. I mean, Noi did it from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. With all the other things going on, we can all step up and do something really cool. And that's sort of the message.
And Noi is in the chat room right now. Thank you for sharing your story. That was incredible. I also just love that the friend that was going to just crew just did it.
Totally just did it. Noi actually sent some images, and of course my slideshow is just gonna be like, nah. Let's see if the slideshow actually can pull up.
Nah.
There it is. Oh my gosh, let's get to it.
Oh
no!
It just went by it.
It just went by. But there was Noi sent some images.
You can leave the slideshow.
Let's leave the slideshow going. Yeah, it's just gonna pull up sideways photos. I know it for the rest of the time, but that's a fun photo too.
Let's see. We'll let you all know if it.
No.
Well, we'll
point it out. We'll leave the slideshow up. Eventually, it should pull up one of Noi's photos, and I'll let you know when that happens. But thank you for that story, and again, thank you, community, for just being who you are and doing what you do and making this such a special crew.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in the chat room going, haunted? No, I don't know if I would want to be there at nighttime.
Yeah, that would be a fat no from me. That'd be nah, I'm good.
I feel like it's going to come up.
I know, me too.
No.
Also, shout out to Mubarak. What did we say? Qatar, from the country of... there's one. Qatar. There's one from Noi. That's Noi. That's the bottom of the hill. And he mentioned that there's a fire station. There's a fire station in the background where the doors are closed, and they also believe it's haunted.
That's the picture. It's haunted.
That's the haunted fire station right there. This is not Noi. But Mubarak out of Qatar or Qatar used his building's staircases to go up and down, and we love Mubarak. Mubarak participates in all our events. Super badass runner out of Qatar or Qatar. So it's awesome to have Mubarak on there too. We'll just leave that up.
Zeltian says, thank you for an amazing community, dead or alive.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Maybe also what I'll do is I'll... there we go. I don't know why it just keeps pulling up. Blank images. I'll figure that out.
Oh,
next.
there it is. There it
That's
is. There it
the
is. There
top.
it is. There it is.
That's the top. That's Noi at the top of their climb. And that's the memorial right there with the lights and stuff. So thank you, Noi.
Very cool.
So I'll just go back to this and I'll just leave some of these up while we go on to our final awards of the evening. Oh, there's Chrissy Mail. Chrissy Mail participated as well. Badass legendary ultra runner out of the Beham area. All right, so we have 3 awards to give away. Let's start with Tail of the Tiger, right? Tail of the Tiger is an award that goes back to our in-person Tiger Claw event. We'll always have this.
We will always have the Tail of the Tiger. Whoever finishes at the back of the pack deserves to be celebrated. There will never be, at like any race that we do, we will never start dismantling the finish line before everybody gets in within the time limit.
You don't have to worry about that happening with our race.
It's my biggest pet peeve. I think it's terrible when it happens. So we've been really set on celebrating everyone from the front of the pack to the back of the pack.
So we thought we would go all the way.
You got this.
Let's list all the results. So this is the results. It's on the website. You can go check them all out. We're going to go all the way to the back of the pack. Go all the way to the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, our Tail of the Tiger is the real butt scoot from Snoqualmie, Washington.
We're not going to reveal their
true identity. Oh, you don't think their real name is the real butt scoot?
I mean, it might be. It might be.
This kind of goes back.
Last name Scoot, first name Butt.
That's cool. I almost said I'm into that, but I don't think that's what I meant to say. This kind of goes back to GR as well. We like to recognize the minimal effort award. Actually goes back to Ginger Miss,
where we had the minimal effort, and I think that was Brett.
I think it was Brett.
And then he came back the following year and did the maximum effort and ran 100 and whatever miles and won everything.
For Ginger Miss. It was amazing. So with a total time of 1 minute, a pace of 45 minutes and 27 seconds per mile, and an elevation gain amount of 1 foot. Butt scoot.
The real butt scoot.
The real butt scoot. Congratulations. You get our Tail of the Tiger award. We're so proud of you. Well done.
Just while you had this up.
Yep.
Go
Want
back.
to see a photo?
That one there?
Yes.
So we had a lot of Strava segments that just look like a thick orange line like that.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool to see.
You can see, this is not a rare occurrence here for this event. People found their hills where they could get their maximized vert. In this case, that's exactly what they did. 26 meters of vert per hill, 22.6% grade. Oof, man. Look at that.
Legit.
Well done. Legit. All right. So we're calling these final 2 awards the most bang for your buck award. And these are the 2 individuals, the top 2 individuals. We did the golden ratio equation where we, divided the mileage by the vert so we could determine who maximized their mileage, who crammed in as much vert as possible.
So on average, the most vert per mile over the course of their run.
Over the course of their run.
Yeah.
So this was the average of their run, and the numbers are staggering. Runner up. Most bang for your buck award.
So the runner-up for most bang for your buck award is Darlene Shimamoto, and Darlene's average feet of gain per mile was 1,342.1 feet per mile. That was Darlene's average.
For 6.06 miles.
And Darlene was out there for 7 hours and 5 minutes.
She was not alone.
She was not alone. And when we discovered that these 2 people were actually running together, we're like, oh,
makes
sense.
So the most bang for your buck award first place goes to Ed Liu with 1,456.4 feet per mile average with 5.6 miles. Took him 7 hours, 5 minutes, and 12 seconds. They did, I believe it's called the Oakhurst Stairs in San Francisco. And I looked this up. It's 354 stairs straight up. It is by no means an adorable staircase that goes up through a neighborhood. It's terror. It's just a flight of stairs that just kind of cuts through the woods and between houses and stuff. And they just did tons of repeats on it.
Yeah. So they did this together, hence the exact same time of 7 hours and 5 minutes. Incredible. It's incredible because I wasn't really sure what to expect when we did the formula to see who would be like right up there. And I started seeing someone. I was like, okay, this person is in North Vancouver, BC. I know the exact route they're doing. Yeah, that makes sense. Or this person is here in Colorado. Yeah, that makes sense. And then when we came down to it, we're like, oh shoot, like they're doing legit like, grinding on stairs all day.
And Scout verifies, oh man, Oakhurst is no joke. So you think about running up a mountain. Let's say you 4,000 foot mountain. It takes 4 miles to get to the top. Let's say it takes 2 miles to get to the top, right? 4,000 is 2,000 feet per mile, but you have to come the mileage down. So then you divide and it's a whole different story. In this case, 1,456.4 feet per mile. That is the average. 5.6 miles.
So they both got over 8,000 feet of gain.
Yes.
For the coveted 9th coin as well.
So congratulations to both Ed and Darlene in winning our most bang for your buck. You certainly earned every penny you spent. $25 never hurt so good. That, my friends, is it for our recap and awards show. We are again so thankful for this community. We had the idea to do the Tiger Claw virtual event. We thought maybe a couple people would sign up for it because we plan on bringing Tiger Claw back this fall, and then it will be back to its regular schedule. And we were kind of toying with the idea of like, well, how can we involve the world? Because we are so proud of Tiger Claw, the in-person event. We're just so proud of it. How can we involve the world? And this was sort of a way that we thought we could do that. So this was sort of an experiment. We cannot just thank you enough for trusting us and having fun and pushing yourselves. It's crazy what you did. It's crazy.
It was really fun to watch everybody just crush all weekend. Paul B in the chat room says over 2.26 million feet of vert total, 689 kilometers. Great job, all. We didn't do that math yet.
Who did that math?
Paul B.
What is the average per mile vert? God,
that's a lot to ask right now.
And I don't know even how to pull that up on the computer without like.
We will get our spreadsheet wizard on that, and we will figure it out and maybe talk about it either next week or on Daily Brew.
Yeah.
And Trail Runner Jim says my segment I did is called "More Bang for Your Buck." That's really funny.
Trail Runner Jim asks, what was the fastest time to 8,000? That was a metric I wanted to be able to measure, but unfortunately, because not everyone's route involves just straight up. So you also have being able to go in there and pinpoint when they hit 8,000 feet is difficult when not all GPX files are created equal. So that was a stat that I was not able to determine.
And the other thing too is if somebody runs 62 miles, we'd have to like go in and dissect to see when they hit the 8,000 foot.
Was it mile 52? Was it mile 30? Yeah, and if people are doing repeats, it gets real dicey real quick. So
Paul B says 5,919 average
per person
vert.
I will tip my cap to the math. I cannot verify that. Oh yeah, Paul B says total mileage 5,469 miles. These are crazy. This is crazy.
Maybe Paul B is our new spreadsheet wizard. Vivian says spreadsheet wizard. Crispin? No, we have another friend who we often refer to as our spreadsheet wizard.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Thank you, Paul B, for all those stats that we did not have the brain capacity to pull together.
There's some really great stats and results here that we will maybe try to dissect a little bit more. But again, this is sort of an experiment. We're just so glad you came along with the journey with us. Donations are still open. If you would like to head on over to runtigerclaw.com, there is a link that says run the Run Tiger Claw virtual. You can click that and you can donate there. We're going to keep it open through the end of the evening until midnight, and we're going to just try to raise as much as we can for the Issaquah Alps Trails Club. They are going to be our go-to charity, anything around Tiger Claw, because they do so much for Tiger Mountain and the Issaquah Alps, which are the location of Tiger Claw. So we're, again, thankful for their work, and we're thankful for you for supporting their work. Again, 501c3, tax deductible. So consider it if you have not already. That's going to wrap up tonight's recap / award show. We are going to move into our after show. We do after shows after every Ginger Runner Live episode. We also do daily live streams. That is all for our Patreon supporters. We would love to see you join us over on Patreon if you have not already. It is a fantastic community. We have a Discord server. We have a trivia night. We have a book club. We have so much happening over there that we'd love to have you be a part of it.
I think weekly Mario Kart nights now.
It's happening. The link just was right there, patreon.com/thegingerrunner. Come join us. We'd love to have you. And that's going to wrap up our results. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. What a hell of a weekend.
Thanks all. I hope you all had a great time out there and are healing the quads.
Roll them out. Roll them out and enjoy the recovery, because we've got some fun stuff planned for the future. We'll see you guys next week for more fun. Get out there, train hard, race harder, and party the hardest. I know I am.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Ginger